Hi students, this question is from chemical bonding and molecular structures. The question is, which of the following statements are incorrect? The maximum number of antibonding orbitals successively filled is less than the number of bonding orbitals. Second, pi 2px and pi star 2px MOs have one nodal plane each. Third one, B2 and O2 are paramagnetic. Fourth one, removing two electron may or may not change the existing bond order. Last one, O2 2 plus is expected to be more stable than O2 2 minus from bond order point of view. The first thing I want to tell you is the filling order of bonding MOs. Up to 14 electron, there is one order. Beyond 14 electron, there is another order, as you know. Up to 14 electron, it is sigma 1, sigma star 1, sigma 2, sigma star 2, pi 2px, pi 2py. This is unexpected. We expect sigma 2pz, whereas pi 2px, pi 2py comes before sigma 2pz. You need write only up to that because 14 electron can be accommodated in 7 orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what happens when there are more than 14 electrons? This is the proper order. Sigma 1, sigma star 1, sigma 2, sigma star 2, sigma 2pz, pi 2px, pi 2py as a pair where Hund's rule has to be applied. Pi star 2px, pi star 2py, another pair of pi orbital where again Hund's rule have to be applied. And last is sigma star 2pz. We need only study up to cases having 20 electrons. Okay, not beyond that. The next point. See, you write the electronic configuration of each species and determine their bond order. Then you will find that how the bond order changes with the increasing number of electrons from 1 to 20. This is a sequence. Look here. Number of electrons, I have incorporated 0 to get a definite pattern. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 20. And how the bond order changes. It always changes in multiples of half. It increases in terms of 1 by 2, it decreases in terms of 1 by 2. So how it 0 for 0 electron, 0, half, 1, half, 0. Again half, 1, half, 0. Again, but this time goes to a high point. Half, 1, 1 and a half, 2, 2 and a half, 3, then decreases in the same order. 2 and a half, 2, 1 and a half, 1, half, 0. This is something like this. BO number of electrons from 0 to 1 come back to 0. Again 0 to 1 come back to 0. Then 0 to 3 come back to 0. That's the way in which bond order systematically changes. You can remember this. Now, additional points you have to remember. We study 20 cases with the 20 electrons up to from 1 electron to 20 electron this way. H2 plus 1 electron. Unipositive hydrogen diatom, that is H2 plus. Then H2, 2 electron. Then next element Hc2 plus, unipositive helium diatom. Then helium diatom with 4 electron. Then next element Li2 plus, Li2, Be2 plus, Be2, like that. So at total there will be 20 cases with the 1 to 20 electron. See, you might have even included negative ions. You can include Li2 minus, Be2 minus, etc. The thing is that we want cases with the 1 to 20 electron. You may also include minus ions also, no problem. Okay. Now, see in this list, all A2 plus will have odd number electron. You can imagine. Any numbers twice is an even number. Any numbers into 2 is an even number. From that, if you remove 1, it will be an odd number. So, A2 plus have odd number of electron and so paramagnetic. Whenever the total number of electron is odd, the substance will be paramagnetic. All A2, we are sure that they have even number of electrons. Any number into 2 is an even number. So A2 is an even number, but depending how the electrons are filled, this can be, it may have unpaired electron in some cases, it may have unpaired electron in some cases, and so it can be paramagnetic or diamagnetic. Okay, that you must take care. A2 can be paramagnetic or diamagnetic. After completing the whole process, you come to the some conclusions like this. Number of no bond cases. In the 20 cases, you will see only 3 no bond cases, means not formed. They are He2, Ne2 and Be2. 3 cases. He2, noble gas, they don't form diatomic. Ne2, noble gas, they don't form diatomic. An additional case of Be2. Beryllium also doesn't form diatomic because in all these 3 cases, bond order is 0. Now, single bond means bond order 1. Single bond means bond order 1. 4 cases in the study we come across. H2, Li2, B2, F2. H2, Li2, Be2, B2, F2. 4 cases. Double bond cases, 2 cases we come across. C2 and O2. Double bond. C2 and O2. Triple bond only 1 case, N2. Okay, so make them by heart. Then, see among these, all the 20 cases, all A2 plus type will be paramagnetic since they have odd number electron. All A2 plus will have odd number electron and so will be paramagnetic. In addition, you have to remember only 2. B2 and O2 are additionally paramagnetic. B2 and O2 are additionally paramagnetic. All other A2 type are diamagnetic. Only 2 are paramagnetic, which are B2 and O2. Okay. These are the basic things you have to remember. Now, we go back to the question. The maximum number of antibonding orbital successively filled is less than that of bonding orbital. See, look here. Look here. Bonding orbital successively filled. Pi star to P star, pi star to Px, pi star to Py, sigma star to Pz. 3 anti-bonding orbitals is the maximum number that can be successively filled. And what is the number of bonding orbital that maximum number of bonding orbital that are successively filled? Sigma 2 Pz, pi 2 Px, pi 2 Py. That is also 3. So both are 3. So it is wrong to say this maximum number of antibonding orbitals successfully filled is less than is a wrong statement. Pi 2px and pi star 2px MOs have one nodal plane. A nodal plane is a plane through which electron never passes. Only antibonding orbitals have this. So it is wrong. Only pi star 2pz have a nodal plane, not pi 2px. So that's wrong. B2 and O2 are paramagnetic. B2 and O2 are paramagnetic, correct. Removing 2 electrons may or may not change the existing bond order, correct. Suppose the species given to you have the last 2 electrons in pi and sigma orbit, I mean pi star and pi orbit or something like that. If you remove 2 electrons, you are removing one antibond. In all those cases where the 2 electrons removed, one belong to bonding and one belong to anti-bonding. If such a situation arises, then bond order Nb minus Na by 2 will not change. Okay, Nb minus Na by 2 will not change. So there can be cases where bond order does not change by removing 2 electrons. If you are removing 2 electrons which are identical, suppose if the 2 electrons removed both are bonding, then bond order will decrease by 1. If the removed electron both are anti-bonding, then bond order will decrease by 1. So when 2 bonding electrons are removed, bond order decreases by 1. When 2 anti-bonding electrons are removed, bond order increases by 1. I think I wrongly mentioned it decreases, wrong. When 2 anti-bonding electrons are removed, bond order increases by 1. When one bonding and one anti-bonding electrons are removed, bond order will not change. Okay. But if you are removing only one electron, bond order will definitely change. Bond order will either increase or decrease depending whether you have removed anti-bonding electron or bonding electron. Okay. So this statement, removing two electron may or may not change the existing bond order, is a correct statement. Next, O2 plus is expected to be more stable than O2 2 minus from bond order point of view. O2 2 plus means 16 minus 2 14 electron. So bond order like nitrogen 3. O2 2 minus is having 18 electron like fluorine molecule. So single bond. O2 2 minus is a familiar peroxide. So it is having a single bond, it is having a triple bond. So as per bond order point of view, O2 2 plus must be more stable than O2 2 minus. Why we added bond order point of view? See, peroxides are very common. So they practically we may feel that peroxides are more stable than this because this is quite uncommon, isn't it? So only from bond order point of view we can say that O2 2 plus must be more stable than O2 2 minus. Okay. Other thing we are not venturing into. We don't know. Okay. So this statement is also true. So among the given sets of options, that which suggests 3, 4 and 5 are correct will be the correct set, and that which suggests 1 and 2 are incorrect. You have to be very careful whether the question is asking incorrect set or correct set. It is incorrect set. So here the answer will be that suggesting 1 and 2 will be your answer. You must also take care regarding that answer. Okay. So that which suggests 1 and 2 as the answer will be the correct answer. I once again highlight this point that you have to check whether set of incorrect or set of correct options are asked. Okay. Take care.